They know we've done nothing wrong. The
Andrew,
case file is completely
is the
empty.
matrix affecting you?
Andrew, what happened in prison?
The case file is completely empty. Of course it's unjust. There's no justice in Romania, unfortunately.
Andrew Tate and his brother are behind bars, accused of human trafficking in Romania, and now they are threatening to sue their accusers. They also claim they have evidence that shows they're innocent of the charges. I'm Anjanette Levy, and welcome back to Sidebar here on Law and Crime. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are behind bars in Romania and have been for some time as authorities investigate these allegations of rape and human trafficking, which both brothers deny. Joining me to talk about these latest developments is Stefan Loredan. He is an attorney in Romania. Stefan, welcome back to Sidebar. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. Always a pleasure.
Your reaction, first and foremost, to the fact that the brothers have sent a letter to these accusers saying, we're going to sue you.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised, right? Because if you were in his position, you would do everything possible, especially when you have this level of wealth, to get out as fast as possible, as soon as possible. In my opinion, those are nothing but intimidation tactics. Now, he has the right to sue those persons if he has a legal base behind it, but I don't think he will go forward with it. I just think that is only intimidation tactic.
This isn't the first time that he has threatened to sue someone for defamation. He threatened to sue a podcaster a while back after this podcaster was talking about how he felt that he was a sex trafficker, or he had some information about that. Do you recall that?
Yeah, I think I remember something. And again, it's just a tactic that he's been using. I totally understand it, and I'm not surprised about it. Again, I don't think he will push forward with this.
You don't. So you think it's just a threat to try to shut somebody up and that it's going nowhere.
Exactly. And that's mainly the reason. So if he's able to do this while he's behind bars, could you imagine the um, pressure that it could put on those allegedly victims or maybe the witnesses if he would be out? So that's why, in my opinion, the judge decided to keep them under arrest so far.
Could this be considered some form of witness intimidation in Romania?
Well, not if he's pursuing the legal um, road, if you will, right? Because if he has a solid base for it and he's using his rights, then there's no problem with it. But it's also about we can discuss about nuances. For example, obviously he's using one of the biggest law firms in USA, right? A very well-known attorney, known for defending big clients, like
Yeah, Garrigus
stars,
and
right?
Garrigus. Tina Glangian is his lawyer.
Exactly.
She represented Jussie Smollett and has represented other people as well.
Exactly. And when you're using those types of people to send those notices of cease and desist, right? Then it could be very intimidating. While it's a legal action, so there's nothing wrong with it in terms of a legal aspect.
Let's talk now about the other piece of this, the fact that Andrew Tate's Twitter account has tweeted something about them having wiretaps that exonerate them, that prove they are innocent of these charges. What do you make of that?
So I've seen this running around on Twitter. I saw two variants of it. The one variant is only a passage where obviously it's putting the Tate brothers in a good light, but I also seen the whole conversation, right, which is like more complex, and then you could see both sides of the story. I think that right now he has a propaganda machine, if you ask me personally, and he's using those type of people just to push out his narrative about him being just innocent and not doing anything wrong. And I've noticed this even on Twitter, for example. If you say anything wrong about him, then you'll be attacked by a lot of accounts. Some of them are fake accounts, in my opinion. So I think that's what's happening right now. Now, in terms of the documents itself, like the conversation itself, I would say that if they are proven to be genuine and they are accepted as a um, how do you say it, as an evidence in the case, then of course some of the charges could drop, like for example the human trafficking, the rape charges, right? Because there are some passages over there in the conversation where you can clearly see that um, the girl wasn't maybe forced to stay over there. She had the opportunity to run away. She was talking with her mother or things like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
How wealthy is Andrew Tate? I mean, this can't come cheap, all of this, having somebody run your fake accounts and running your Twitter account while you're behind bars. I mean, is he a really wealthy guy?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's wealthy. I don't know if he's as wealthy as he's claimed to be, but obviously you can't have like 20 cars and properties all over the world and just live this lifestyle if you only with a couple of millions of dollars, right? Now, in terms of the propaganda machine that he's been building, I think it's very cheap because you can actually literally everybody can do it. You can just hire people from third world countries that are actively doing this for $2 per hour, $3 per hour, right? You can use bots, automated systems. Um, I have some knowledge in this sense, so I know how this works. So for him, just pushing out like $1,000, $2,000 per day for this specific um, matter, it's nothing, right? But it has such a huge effect because he's able to contour this narrative around him.
So he's got a bot farm, something like
Yeah,
that, helping him out.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
The Andrew Tate bot farm, or the Tate brothers bot farm. So, Stefan, it sounds like your prediction is your assessment of the latest on Andrew Tate and his brother is the fact that the threat of the lawsuit is nothing more than an empty threat. It's not going anywhere. And
Yeah.
that as far as the wiretaps go, do you have any feeling on that? Is this him just a PR offensive? It sounds like you said you call it propaganda. Do you believe that evidence actually exists?
I mean, I can't say if it's real or not, right? We should act as he's innocent until he's proven guilty. And what I want to see this evidence being confirmed by the authorities. This is what I want to see. And if that's the case, then it means that he was wired, as people say, framed. Sorry, he was framed by those girls, and that's fine, right? This can happen, and I'm sorry for him. But at the same time, it might also be something that he's building just to put more and more pressure on the news media and on the judicial system in Romania, actually.
Interesting. And of course, innocent until proven guilty, as any other defendant would be. He has a very high-powered law firm behind him now, Garrigus and Garrigus, Tina Glangian representing him. So we will cover this. We'll continue to cover it and see what happens. Stefan Loredan, thanks as always for joining us here on Sidebar. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And that's it for this edition of Law and Crime Sidebar podcast. You can download and listen to Sidebar on Apple, Spotify, Google, and wherever else you get your podcasts. And of course, you can always watch it on Law and Crime's YouTube channel. I'm Anjanette Levy, and we will see you next time.